A judge threw out one of the arguments made by a la-crosse voter who claims the Crosse County Sheriff's race recount was unfair. Democrat John Siegel won election by 176 votes, and Republican Fritz Leinfelder conceded. Then, one of Leinfelder's supporters filed the lawsuit, taking the county clerk who conducted that recount to court. News 8 Now's Dewis Rahr spoke to that woman, Mary Jo Werner, who says the clerk did not conduct the recount fairly.
Amy, at today's hearing, Judge Elliott Levine said because Werner was not a candidate, she cannot appeal the recount. But that's just one decision made in the long list of arguments that was filed in the lawsuit. In an election, the winner is decided by voters.
This election is concluded. John Siegel has been elected as the sheriff-elect for the county of La Crosse.
According to Wisconsin law, if the losing candidate loses by 1% of the votes or less, they can request a recount.
We wanted to make sure that we had a full and accurate count.
Republican Fritz Leinfelder filed an objection to the recount, but then conceded. La Crosse County voter Mary Jo Werner says the recount process was unfair, which is why she chose to file a lawsuit against County Clerk Jenny Dankmeyer.
The process of the recount was different than what I understood it should be. It didn't appear to be very transparent.
News 8 Now asked Werner why she felt the recount was not transparent.
You mentioned transparency and fairness. What part of this process did you think was not transparent or fair?
I think we should. I think we've given the extent of the interview that we went to.
Werner did not elaborate. In the suit, Werner alleges Dankmeyer disenfranchised her vote by not rejecting some absentee ballots and ballots cast by college students.
Largely, this is a question about the interpretation of Wisconsin law.
Werner argues that Wisconsin law says any candidate or any elector who is aggrieved by the recount can appeal. Judge Elliott Levine says the law is clear. Werner can only appeal a recount when it is specifically about a referendum.
That it may be brought by any candidate or any elector. If it ended right there, you might be right, but it didn't end right there. It goes on to say any elector when for a referendum.
Mary Jo Werner was not a candidate for the sheriff's race.
And when he conceded, the process in 9.01 was done.
Meaning she cannot appeal the recount. Again, this was just one part of the lawsuit. Werner says the recount process also violated equal protection laws, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and another Wisconsin statute. So Werner can still argue those parts of her case.
All right, thanks, Jo. Thanks for asking those follow-up questions of Mary Jo as well. Both parties have 30 days to file a brief regarding Werner's remaining arguments. Then the parties will return to court when the judge reviews their briefs.